need to. Okay, once again, from all of us here in Forever Living Product, welcome to today's business building training. And it's the beginning of the new month, and we are wishing, from all of us here in Forever Living Product Nigeria, we are wishing all our business holders, our business builders, the best of the new month. As is our tradition every Tuesday, definitely today's training is going to be in twofold. The first thing that we are going to do is to look at some of the skills that we can learn or that we can develop that will help each and every one of us to build our business in this very, very difficult and trying moments. Having said this, if your team members are not here, let's know where you are. Let's try and see the people that have joined and where they've joined us from. Try as much as possible to ensure that your team members are here, because we have some very important announcements to make today. We have some very, very important announcements to make today. Having said that, let me put up the small slide I have so that you can see what we have for today. So our business still is a business. After we're still in the business of transforming lives, and it's very, very important that we re-emphasize this every time that we meet. Now, one skill that is very, very critical to me as I move around, as I discuss with our respective FBOs, and I try to fully understand some of the challenges that we have and some of the ways that we can come in to circumvent those challenges, are actually represented in this presentation today. The first one, it's simple. So I decided to target finding my 1cc. Finding my 1cc. It might look very, 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 very intangible to you. However, if you can find your 1cc, definitely you'll be able to find your 4cc's, and on the long term, you'll be able to find the case credits that will enable you to qualify for all the incentives that we have. However, if you can't find your 1cc, I tell you, it will be very, very difficult. It will be difficult for you to proceed. It will be difficult for you to progress in the business. And most importantly, now it will be very, 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 very difficult for you to get the kind of customers that can afford and that can buy your product. However, finding your 4cc is built, finding your 1cc, sorry, is built on the some of the critical success factors that we have in the business. Is built on some of the very, very critical factors that we have. I expect each and every one of us to have our pen and papers ready. If you don't have, please get it down, because some of the information that we'll share, that we're going to share this morning, you might have heard them before, but I tell you, it will also serve as a reminder if you can just put them down. One of the first things that I always want to talk about is developing a 4cc culture. So for us, developing a 4cc culture is the fundamental. It's the fundamental of our business. It expresses the depth, the longevity, and the success of your forever business. We cannot overemphasize it. We cannot overemphasize it. A lot of people see it as a weakness. I tell you, it's not a weakness. It is our strength. It is the strength of your business. It is the strength of your business. So the number of team members that you have that can understand this culture, right? That can understand this culture defines the longevity of your business, defines the depth of your business. It goes a long way to define how successful you are to be as a business. Just simple. Some of us think it's simple. It's not as simple as it sounds, right? A lot of people that have tried it, the leaders in the business that have tried this knows they are aware of the fact that it is not that simple to build a team with a 4cc culture on a long term. However, if we begin to ask ourselves why, and we begin to really, really break this thing down, and if we always acknowledge the fact that the depth of our business, the longevity of our business, and the corresponding success that we want to achieve in the business will be built if we have number of if we have team members that understand this, then we'll begin to pay more attention, pay more emphasis to this, and begin to once again break it down. We begin to break it down. We don't need to overcomplicate it. So if we break it down, it will be simple. So the first thing I want is your understanding that a 4CC team culture defines the situation where everybody in your team, everybody, without mincing words, everybody that you have defined as a forever business owner. There's a difference between you having customers. Please separate customers. I'll say this thing separately. Separate customers, separate smart users from team members. Everybody that you have identified as a team member, right, must understand what you mean when you say we need to build a 4CC culture. So for me, it's defined as a situation where everyone in your team understands the when. So I said I understand the why, the when, the how, and the who. When we talk about doing their 4CC, and they are also committed to doing it. It's one thing to understand, and it's another thing to commit to. It's one thing to understand, but it's another thing to commit to. Because once the understanding is there and the commitment is there, now you can now clearly say that, yes, this is a critical success factor, and you can now begin to count. You can now begin to look at the depth. How far can we go? How deep can I go? How deep can I drive this culture? So can I drive it? If everybody in my first generation understands it, how many people in my second generation understand this? How many people in my third generation understand this? How many people in my fourth, my fifth? You need to go as far as you can. As far as you can, because the greater the depth, then the greater the advantage. The greater the depth, the greater the advantage. So this is what it means to have that culture. Everybody in your team must understand the why, the when, the how, and the who of doing their 4CC, and they are also committed to doing it. Having said this, let's start from the why of 4CC. Let's start from the why of 4CC. A lot of people, and that was why I said this thing I sent early in the morning, I said I want as many non-managers as possible to be here. A lot of people think that they are doing the 4CC for their managers, or they are doing the 4CC for whoever. No, this 4CC, you are doing it for you. So if you understand the why of 4CC, then you will know why you need to build this culture. The first thing is achieving your 4CC is at the heart of your why. When I say at the heart of your why, at the heart of your forever why, at the heart of you are an entrepreneur. So as an entrepreneur, why did you start your business? What is your why? So every day we ask this question. It looks simple, right? It looks very, very simple. However, until you identify what your why is, and you understand the fact that achieving your 4CC or building a 4CC culture is at the heart of your why. Once you have this understanding that, yes, doing my 4CC is at the heart of my why, for as long as your forever business is concerned, unless it's not forever that you're doing. Unless it's not forever you're doing. But once you've identified that I am a forever business owner, and I want to build my forever business, I want to build a business that posterity can look back to and say, yes, thank God our great-grandfather did this business. Thank God our father did this business. Thank God I am doing this business. Then you need to do your 4CC. You need to do your 4CC, and you need to build a team that understands, or that will understand this, because it is at the heart of your forever why. The same thing is, the second point is that it helps you to live our mission. You see, there's a difference. I always talk about, there's a difference between having the mission statement. The mission statement is very simple, to create a profitable environment where individuals can and with dignity be what you want to be, blah, 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 right? You can say that. can easily say that okay, fine, I will create a profitable environment where individuals can be what they want to be. But how do you live? How do you live this mission? Because living the mission is totally different. Living the mission reflects, it's a reflection of your totality as a forever business owner. It's a reflection of your totality as a forever business owner. So we look at your health. How healthy you are, right? Because in doing your 4CC, definitely product for self and family, right? It's not just, it doesn't end with the business aspect. So you as a forever business owner also need to live the mission. You need to live the mission. Because you can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. So once you recognize this at a time like this, definitely you'll be able to carry that. Aside that, you live a dream life in line with what the industry promises. What does the industry promise all of us? The industry simply promises financial freedom and time freedom. Financial freedom, not financial health, financial freedom and time freedom. Those are the two main things that the industry promises. Those are the two main things that the industry promises. So every day as you begin to recall the why of 4CC, right? Look at these 3 points and ask yourself, where am I lacking? Because until you achieve this, you have not built a 4CC culture in your team that has depth, that can ensure longevity, and that can guarantee the success, your success as an entrepreneur. That's why to me it's important that as forever business owners, we understand the why of 4CC. We understand the why of 4CC because everything is deeply rooted. Is deeply rooted in the reason why you are doing the business. Is deeply rooted in the reason why the company started the product, why we have the company. And it's also deeply rooted in what the industry stands for and what the industry represents. So because once you understand this, definitely, you will not think otherwise than to do your 4CC. You won't need anybody to motivate you. You won't need to wait till is the last day of the month or is adjustment period for you to do your 4CC. The meaning is that you don't, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of how long you've stayed in the business, the meaning that you still don't understand the why of 4CC. You don't understand the why of 4CC. Now, these are the 3 key points that we need to hold. We need to hold when we talk about the why of 4CC. Now, the second point is the when of 4CC. The when of 4CC is deeply rooted in planning. The when of 4CC is deeply rooted in planning. Deeply. When I say deeply rooted in planning, I have said it severally that we don't plan because some of the things, I mean, a lot of people have asked, if you go to the Home Office and ask the Home Office about Nigeria, they will tell you that Nigeria have a lot of leaders. All the strategies that we taught people, that is what they are using. And I watched one of those trainings that we gave in one of the rallies a long time ago. Everything is rooted in planning. Everything is rooted in planning. And now we have forever business owners that have forgotten how to plan. So the when of 4CC is deeply rooted in planning. Now you planning to know where and when your case credit will come from is defined by a functional volume map. A functional volume map. We have talked about this severally. We have trained on this severally. But I tell you, up till now, a lot of people still don't volume map. A lot of people don't volume map. You don't volume map and you wake up and you want the case credits to come. A lot of people don't plan. A lot of people don't have records. A lot of people just you are not doing it as a business. If you must be successful, if you must be consistent, if you must build a 4cc culture, then you really need to have a functional volume map. You need to have a functional volume map. An ideal volume map or volume mapping is done by the 3rd week of the month. So the 3rd week of the month, you plan for the next month. So let me cite an example. Today is the 1st of August. So by the 3rd week of July, you are for August. And there is no way you can plan. Planning is simply based on historicals. Planning is solely based on historicals. Some of us don't have business data. You don't have business data. I'm not talking about data to browse. You don't have records. You don't have, if I ask you who are the people that bought products from you in January, you don't know them. Who are the people that bought products from you in February? What did they buy? Right? You don't know that. There is no way you can run a business like that. There's no way you can run a business like that. For you to run a very successful business, remember you are an entrepreneur. Nobody is going to force you to do anything. The CSM is not going to force you to do anything. Your manager is not going to force you to do anything. I can only but talk and advise. However, it is your business. But we always say that you are in business for yourself and not by yourself. So it's our responsibility to guide. It's our responsibility to direct. It's our responsibility to train, because you are not in it alone. So there's no way you can run a successful business without having records, without having data. It's only when you have this data that you can volume map. It's only when you have this data that you can volume map. Volume mapping is not a difficult exercise. For the new ones that are here, volume mapping is never a difficult exercise. Volume mapping starts from you. That is why I said, how do you live the forever mission? How do you live the forever mission? The volume mapping starts from you. If you go up north, you will see there. Yes, if you come here, you will see personal use. You ask yourself, what are the products that I want, myself and family want to experiment or want to use this month? So it starts from you. And it starts from, okay, what have we been using? How many case credits have we been using in the past? And how many case credits are we going to use? Considering, okay, is there any new products that we want to explore? Is there any new product that we want to discover or rediscover in the months that you are planning for? So the W stands for your worst. That's historical, what you are used to, and the B stands from the best. What are you going to use now? What are you going to do now? So the B is what you are planning for. The W is historical. Let's say before you used to use you and your family used to use 0.5 case credit. 0.5 case credit. Okay, this month we're going to add one more berry nectar, or we're going to add one more aloe gel. So it will move from 0.5 to 0.6. So your worst will be 0.5, your best will be 0.6. So from there, you look at all the specifics of the business. I always say, after you are done with personal, once you are totally done with personal and you know exactly what you and self are going to use for family. And I've always said, for you to use, the way the business is structured in such a way that if you can have the products free. You can have the products free. The meaning that for every 4 products you sell, right, the profit that you make will be enough to get you 1 free. We've done the math before. In 1 or 2 presentations, we did the math and we understood vividly that if you sell 4 products, the profit that you're going to get will be enough for you to have 1 free. Let's say you want to explore one super greens, or you want to explore one Agi Plus, right? So you're going to buy a pouch of Agi Plus, the meaning that you need to sell 4. So if you sell 4, the profit that you're going to make, and for some products is 3. So if you sell a minimum of 3 and a max of 4, the product, the profit that you're going to make will be enough for you to have that experience with self and family. So that's the way you can have the product free for personal use. Right now, you look at it and you go towards the east and say, okay, fine. You go towards the east and say, okay, my regular customers. You look at your customers and say, begin to plan for each of your customers. Don't sit down and say, my retail case credit for this month, or all my customers are going to give me 2cc. You are only assuming, you are only estimating. That is not how to do the planning. Don't say my retail case credit is going to be 10cc. No. Break it down to customers. Break it down to customers. And the way you can do this for successfully is it will be as a function of what you know about your customers, right? Do you know the customer that bought, like I said earlier, do you know the customer that bought from you in January? Do you know the customer that bought from you in February? I have a customer, Daniel. He buys XYZ. So what is Daniel used to buying? So what is Daniel's worst? And what is going to be Daniel's best this month? You move from Daniel and you go to another person, John. You say, okay, John every month will buy this from me. John will always buy 10 avocado soup or 11 avocado soup. 11 avocado soup is an average of, maybe wholesale, we give you an average of 34,000 naira. So you say, okay, fine. He would always buy avocado soup for self and family. Okay, they always buy 35,000 naira worth of avocado soup. Okay, what else can they add? What else can I add to them this month? So you go customer by customer. When you populate customer by customer, based on what you know about the customers, based on the data that you know, you do their worst and the best. At the end of the day, you sum it up, all the customers you know, right? And the knowledge of your customer, what you know about your customer is key, because some customers don't buy every month. Some customers alternates. So they buy this month, they skip next month, they buy next month. So this planning, the records that you have will enable you to properly say, okay, I know Daniel did not buy last month, so he's going to buy this month. So you plan for him even before he puts up the call. So you are planning, you have planned everything that he's going to buy, because so that when he calls, it will be as if, wow, were you waiting for me to call? You know exactly what you're going to tell him, because you have planned it. You have planned it. And if you also want to put a sales pitch, you can easily pitch it and say, okay, I know if I'm going to add a bottle of aloe vera gel to him, if he's going to ask, these are the likely questions that he's going to ask, and these are the likely answers that I'm going to give him. So that is it for your customer. To plan for all your customers like that, record your worst case credit experience and also record the best case credit experience. You move like that. The next place I want you to go south and look at recruitment. Look at recruitment. Ask yourself, how many new persons am I planning to bring in this month? Plan for it. Plan for it. Don't plan for it based on incentive or based on CSM said there's incentive that is running. They say, well, we have to recruit 2 people. Plan on it. Plan based on your strength, based on your why, based on what you know you can do. Push yourself. Push yourself. You have a why. You have something that is before you. Use that to build. That is the internal motivation that you have. The internal motivation that you have is that is your driving force. For you to achieve the third step I said, what the industry promises, time freedom and financial freedom, is not, retailing cannot give you that. Just mere retailing the product cannot give you that. You need to build a team. You need to build a team. So you plan for recruitment the same way you plan for others. Push yourself, plan for it. Ask yourself, what is my best? What's the worst I have done? What's the worst I have done in recruiting? And so what is the goal I'm going to set for myself this month? So you move from there to product launches. If you do product launches, plan for your product launches, plan for BOMs, and ask yourself, okay, how many people am I going to invite for BOMs? Because I mean, our business is a business of activities. Not only the activities done by the office. I have said this severally. See, if you are only counting on the activities done by the office, you are counting only on the trainings done by the office, that is limited. Those trainings are limited. We only have 2 BOMs. 2 BOMs, one on Wednesdays and one on Saturday. One on Sunday. We only have 2 trainings. 2 trainings, one that I'm rendering today, Tuesday, and another one that we have the social or technology driven training on Thursday. Those are limited. Those are limited. You need to have your own internal trainings. You need to have your own team trainings, and you need to have your own. So look at everything and ask yourself, okay, my business presentations, my business opportunity meetings, everything inclusive. How many people am I looking at inviting? Because it's, when we say BP, you are saying how many people are you inviting? So you're planning for the number of persons you are going to invite to the meeting. Because without those invitations, recruitment will not happen. Without them, the recruitment will not happen. So also plan, you can plan for social media. See, if you can't plan for social media, get off social media. Unless you just want to, unless you are building towards becoming an influencer or what. If social media is not adding to your business, if you can't sit down and volume map and map out social media and plan for it and say, this month I'm going to be strategic on social media, and I want to have XYZ contacts on social media. I want to have XYZ lead on social media. This is the worst I've had, and this is the best I'm going to have. If you can't incorporate social media as part of your business, then get off social media. Now, the aspect of weight management or whatever is niche driven. So what is your niche? Whatever your niche is, it must not be C9. It must not be weight management. Whatever your niche is it skincare? Is it personal care? Whatever your niche is, you need to plan for it, because it is your niche. And by that, it is your strength, because anything that is your strength, you need to plan for. So at the end of the day, you will total all the W's. You will go around and total all the W's and put them the middle. If you see my cursor, just put them on the middle here, and you total all the B's. I'm taking time on this because of the new ones. You total all the B's and put it here. I tell you, if you are very, very objective about this, if you are very, very sincere about this, and if you are really ready to live as an entrepreneur and to push yourself, you will see that everything that you are going to get will be way. I mean, you will be wowed by what you will get. I tell you, you will be wowed by what you get, and I tell you, it will be nowhere. It will be very far, very, very far. When I say far, I mean forward. I'm not talking about backwards. It will be far from 4K's credit. It will be far from 4K's credit. So this is how to look at the when. It means that the 3rd week of the month, you have a mental picture. You already have a mental picture of what your business is going to look like, what your business is going to look like next month. Please find time, always find time to do this mental work. Find time to do it. Find time to do it. The more time you devote to this, the more successful you're going to be, and your business will be. Now, what is the when? What is the when of 4cc? The when of 4cc is simple. I don't know how many times we are going to train on this. The when of 4cc is simple. Your 4cc you are supposed to buy at the 1st week of the month. Your 4cc is like an investment. It's like an investment. So for those that really understand, so because it's like I want to use a literally, it's like going to those that used to go to markets, like the big markets, to buy things. So you go buy and you sell. Now, based on the planning that you have, you already know what to sell. You already know what your customers are going to ask for. So you buy your 4cc the 1st week of the month, right? The 1st week of the month, so that you can have 4 weeks. You have 4 weeks to sell it off. You have 4 weeks to sell it off. 4 weeks to sell it off. So the secrets to when to do your 4cc, the secret to when to do your 4cc after volume mapping is in breaking the bulk. Breaking the bulk for me for me will be for the young ones, for the very, very young ones that are joining, because I always pay attention to them. I want you to break the bulk, right? Maybe you might not have the monies, right? You might not have the money. Somebody will be calculating, okay, 4cc, how much is 4cc? You might not have the money to buy it, but if you break the bulk, it will help. It will break the bulk, you will help. So you can plan to achieve a minimum of 1cc a week. For all non-managers, all assistant supervisors, but for managers and above, I tell you, you have the customer base. I tell you, your 4cc should be something you buy off the first week of the month. But for the younger ones that are still learning the ropes, that are still not, they don't have enough business data. They don't know what their customers want. They have not built that customer base. Then this strategy is perfect, is very, very perfect for you. Break the bulk, plan towards achieving 1cc a week. Just plan towards retailing 1cc a week and focus on our key products. Focus on our key products. So when you plan to retail 1cc a week, now look at the key products that we sell. Develop this habit of selling at least one product a day. One product a day. What is that niche for you? What is that niche that can drive you towards selling a product? Just one product a day. What will it be? What is the skill set that you need? Ask yourself now, at this point that we are in this country, right? With everything that is going on, ask yourself, what is the skill set that I need? What are the habits that I need to develop to sell at least one product a day? How difficult can it be for you to inculcate that habit? I am saying both online, offline. That is, if you are really, really serious about your business, can you sell one product a day? One. So that we demystify this whole 4cc. If you're selling one product a day and let's even assume it's aloe gel. Let's assume it's aloe gel. Every day you sell one bottle of aloe gel. Every day you sell one bottle of aloe gel. If you sell one bottle of aloe gel every day, at the end of the day, you would have sold, let's say if it's 7 days, you would have sold 0.7 cc in 7 days. That will go a long way. A long way. If it's vision that you are selling, if it's vision that you identified, and I said, from what I have here, vision is 1.147, and you sell 7 a day, that is, you have sold exactly 1.029 case credit. 1.029 case credit. So can you identify a product that you are passionate about, a product that you know? I mean, we have a lot of products. A product that you know that, yes, if I am selling this product, definitely. If it's multi-marker, if you sell it, now when I say sell, I mean both online and offline. So if you sell one, marker is 0.1. 0.1 times 8, it will give you 0.8. So if you sell every day, the meaning that you are building, you end up building habits. And I tell you, some days you will sell too. Once you just have that mindset, develop that habit that, okay, I am going out today, I'm going to ensure that everything I'm going to do online, everything I'm going to do offline is targeted towards selling one product a day. Once you develop this skill, I tell you, you will move from 1 to 2. And before you know it, it will, what used to be the mental model that you used to have about how difficult it is to sell just one singular product will automatically disappear. We have had people in the past that said that they developed a culture of carrying maybe 5 or 10 stones or 20 stones in their pockets. The weight of that stone will remind them of the fact that they need to talk to somebody. So when you talk to somebody about a business, you drop one stone. When you talk to another person, when you prospect another person, you drop another stone. So you drop the stone. So as you continue to build that habit, right, the more you go, the more you build, the more persons you talk to, the lighter you become. You see, that is a simple analogy that will describe exactly what I'm trying to say. So you load your pockets. I know it's a cake, or it's not conventional. So you load your pockets with stones, and whether you prospect people online or prospect offline, depending on the criteria that you set for yourself. So once you strongly believe it's successful, then you drop a stone. So you are getting lighter. So it's like as you move, the person you become, the skill set you develop, right, is making you look lighter, is making the whole thing easier for you. That is the same concept. So when you define it and say, I want to start selling a product every day, at the beginning, it might look very, very difficult. But as you progress, it becomes lighter. It becomes easier. You begin to look at it and say, wow, I never knew this is this easy. And it becomes a habit. Then once it is a habit, transfer that knowledge to as many team members as possible that are willing and ready to learn. Don't keep it to yourself. Right? I mean, we have over 220, 230 million Nigerians. How many can you talk to? So don't keep these ideas to yourself alone. So try as much as possible and build a team of people that will understand this. Now, the last point is the who of 4CC. See, the who of 4CC is deeply rooted in value selling. Now, guys, now is not a time to see for every business. Now is not a time to say, to beat about the bush. Now is a time to do value selling. Now is a time to do strategic targeting. Now is not a time to talk to every dick and Harry. Times are difficult, times are hard. Now is a time to critically look at your business and say, who can afford to buy our products? Now is the time to critically look at it and say, who values these products? We need to identify those people. And identifying them is strictly rooted on value. It's rooted on value. Whether you are going to identify them online or offline, I tell you, it is rooted on value. It is rooted on value. Before, people used to buy okay, let's do you a favor and buy the product. Let's do you a favor and buy it. So they think they are doing you a favor. Okay, so that you get off my neck. See, the way the economy is now, right? If you like, be on their neck. They're not going to answer you. So you need to project value, and you need to project value as a professional. As a professional. So value selling, simply, for those that don't understand, I know a lot of us understand what value selling is. So understanding value selling means you understand the specific needs, the challenges, and the goals of a customer, and you are positioning your offering as a solution that can deliver tangible and intangible values. So you understand everything. I mean, you understand the customer very well. You understand what they need. You understand what their challenges are. You understand what their goals are. So you are not acting in isolation. You are not acting based on chance. You are not preferring a solution by chance. No, you're not preferring a solution by chance. You are providing a solution based on your understanding of the customer and what their needs are and what their challenges are. So if you are recruiting somebody, or if you are prospecting somebody for the business, you know that the business, you understand in totality that the person needs this business. It's not that you think that the business is good for the person, right? You know that, okay, the business, let's say the economy is hard and the person is always complaining of needing an extra cash. I was discussing with somebody just yesterday. All the schools have increased the fees. They've increased the school fees. And the school fees are no longer funny. The school fees are no longer funny. So if you know that, okay, this is what it is, and you are prospecting the person for the business, you really need to focus on how the business can focus on the very tangible values that the business can help the person with. Very tangible, very tangible. So once you can define it, okay, these are the tangible things, these are the physical things that you can see that this business can help you do, because it has helped me. It's also still helping me achieve those things. Now, because you also begin to focus on the intangible values that they will get. So this is value selling. It is not you. Now it's not a time to, when you see a customer, you are thinking of your case credits. This is not the time, because it will not work. This is a time to really, really focus and say, okay, fine. Who are those people that can get this product? Who are those people that value this product? Who are those people that are ready, really, really ready, and know that, yes, they need this product, they can purchase it because of the value that it presents, that it provides. So it's a customer-centric approach. So you don't put yourself first at all when we talk about value selling. Everything about value selling is about, you put the customer first. You understand their pain point and you create personalized solution. It's not, how do I put it? It's not a case of, okay, I want to sell, I have C9 that I want to sell. So everything that the customer comes with, you say C9. Or I have some multi-markers that I have at home. Or I have whatever that I have at home. So anything the customer talks about, you say this. No, this is, you need to be customer-centric, and being customer-centric is all about the customer. Everything starts and ends with the customer, and you need to create personalized solution. You need to create personalized solution. So this is not a time to just be any forever business owner. This is a time to become a strategic forever business owner. A forever business owner that will sit. A forever business owner that will plan strategically. A forever business owner that understands the customer and can also analyze their customers. And like I said earlier, you can't do this if you don't have business data. You can't do this if you don't have records. You can't do this if you don't know your customers well. So if you sell to customers just for case credit purpose, you can't do what I'm selling, or what I'm preaching, or what I'm training. You can't do it. So if your goal is case credit, let me sell to them. So when you see customers, you see case credits, and you just want to sell, you can't do what I'm saying. Just forget it, you can't do it. But the goal is for you to do something that will create a long-term business for you. And to do that, you really, really, really need to understand the pain points of the customers, and you need to create personalized solution. You need to create personalized solution, even if it means you going out of your way to create personalized solutions for them. That is what it means when we talk about value selling. So it focuses on articulating the unique value propositions. So you look at your business, you look at your products, you look at the entire opportunity, and you articulate all the value propositions. Articulate all the value propositions and highlight the specific benefits that the customer will receive if they become part of your business, if they use your product. I have not said, you see, there's a difference between the value propositions of your business and the features and benefits, the features of your business. They are not the same thing. They're not the same thing. So we are talking about what does this mean for the customer? Which value? If I do this thing at this time, like if I bring out my money now and buy this, or if I sign up for the business today, like what are the value propositions? So sit down and do this because you have a better understanding of your customers. See, you must come up with a personalized solution. So the solution for A, in line with value proposition, right, is totally different from solution that of B. Remember, you are the consultant, so you know the value propositions of our business, but you need to tweak it to suit the situation of everybody. Right? So you have a customer in front of you, right? You have a prospect in front of you. You understand them very well. You know what they want. Now you know the value propositions of our business. You need to connect it. You need to connect it. So it's important you understand that instead of selling the products, you sell the benefits and the positive changes that the products can bring to the customer's life. So you are not selling, this is not a time to sell products. This is not a time to sell products. So we really need to look at the value proposition. You need to look at the benefits and look at the positive changes. What are the changes that this person is going to get by if they buy this product? What are the benefits, the life changes that they're going to get if they become part of our business? And you need to highlight it, and this is what you need to sell. This is what you need to sell. And when you sell it, you need to guide them. You need to follow up. You need to coach them. Not once they do it, you see your case credit and you run away. That is not what it is at this time. I mean, a lot of businesses are doing a lot of things. Now, a lot of businesses are sending, they are sending different propositions to customers. They are sending different text messages to customers. They are proposing so many things. They are expanding their baskets, even things that they were not doing before. We are not alone in this struggle. We are not alone. We are not alone. Yesterday, I was listening to the news, and I don't know how many people saw it in the morning, and they were focusing on the exchange rate losses of companies. One of the nutrition companies, the biggest in the country, recorded 125 billion naira as foreign exchange losses. The other one recorded 105 billion as foreign exchange losses. Companies are bleeding. So the only way now is to develop strategies. The only way now is to see how we can come up with different options so that you can keep your customers. And that is why this training for me is very, very important. And that's why I said, no, we cannot but have these trainings today. So we need to look at it. And what are some of the things that I think we need to do now? The first thing that I need to do now, you need to understand your target market. You really, really need to understand your target market. If you never had a target market, this is the time to begin to look at it. This is the time to say, okay, I need a target market. I have done this business for how many years? Who are my target markets? Who are my target markets? You need to understand their specific demographics. You need to know that, okay, your target market must be people that can afford the product. I was in Abuja some 2 weeks ago, and I had in fact, I couldn't, for 4 days, I didn't leave my room. I didn't leave my room for 4 days. And I concluded that after that meeting, I concluded that we're talking to the wrong people. After that meeting, I concluded that we are talking to the wrong people. Sincerely, because all the people I met, nobody complained about the price of the product. Nobody complained about the price of the product. Not even one person complained about the price of the product. So we need to target the right people. How do we get to the right people? How? How do we get to the right people? That is the question. So what is your target market? What's your target market? Was it last Saturday ago? Was it last Saturday or the upper one? I was in Marriott. Marriott was totally booked. I'm talking about Marriott here in GRA. Ikeja. Go to Hilton Abuja. Hilton is fully booked every day. Fully booked every day. If you try it, go to Hilton and say you need an accommodation. The average cost for a room in Marriott is 250,000 naira per night. 250,000 naira per night. Fully booked. So we need to identify, at this point, we need to identify the right market, Now it's not a time to say, I want to sell down. I have said this severally. A lot of us will just sit down and they will say, okay, I need to get boys that will sell for me. That is not, you are not in this business. Okay, I need to get boys that will sell for me. You're not in this business. Get out of this business. You're not in this business. You will see somebody that, okay, if I look at your network, right, your network can simply pick these products from you for use. And you say, okay, I am part of the business. Okay, I need to get boys that will sell for me. Please and please, whoever is propagating, if this is what you are propagating, right, or what you are teaching, get off this business. This business is not for you. This is a time for us to begin to refocus and say, okay, you are in this business. There are friends like you. You have your friends, you have your peers that appreciate, that value their health. No matter how expensive you think our products are, I tell you, they are not as expensive as some supplements that these guys get outside the country. And those ones are not even as effective as our products are. So the meaning is that we are not talking to the right people. We need to identify the right markets. We need to identify the right market. Go to the airports. I mean, the airports, for you to get a flight, is difficult. In fact, for you to get a flight, for you to get a ticket on Ibom Air is one of the most difficult things that you can get now. I'm talking about Ibom Air. It's one of the most difficult things now. So how can we now sit down and say, our products are expensive. Our products are expensive. We are not talking to the right market. Please. I want you to change that mindset today. Change that mindset today. See, if you like, try it. On Saturday, just dress up, dress the parts. I am telling you, dress the parts. Go to Marriott. If you're in Lagos, go to Marriott. Sit down at the reception in Marriott. There's no way you sit down in Marriott for 3 hours or for 2, even 1 hour, that you will not get 1, 2, 3, or 4 persons that you can say hi to, and they will be able to pay for your product, afford your product at ease. Those in Abuja, you can do the same thing at Hilton. You can do the same thing. Because being there alone, see, this complex, a lot of our people have complex. A lot of our people have complex. You need to be able to talk the parts, you need to dress the parts, and you need to also be able to present very simple, straightforward presentation that is value-oriented. That is what we need at this time. That's what we need at this time. So I want each and every one of us to begin to look at our target markets again and identify the right markets. So focus on people who prioritize their health and are ready to invest in quality products. A friend of mine was telling me the other day how much he bought, what's it called now? Vitamin C. You know, all these big vitamin C's all these big vitamin C's that they get from the US and the likes. He was telling me, I laughed. When I now gave him absorbent C, he couldn't believe it. He came back and said, but yours is even better than this. Again, he simply said, your people are not talking to the right people. So the first thing is that understand your target market. Understand your target market. It is key. If you've not been doing it, this is not a time to do trial and error. This is a time to be visible in places where you can meet the right people. Those in Abuja, you know. Those in Lagos, you know. You don't have to lodge in these hotels to meet these people. But I tell you, those places are places where you can meet the right people, the people that can afford your product. So just think about it. Don't think, act it. Act it. The second thing is that you need to emphasize on unique value proposition. I cannot overemphasize this. I cannot overemphasize this. Showcase the value of our product, the value that our products offer. You need to, differentiation is the key. Differentiation is the answer, because once you want to differentiate, right? Once you want to differentiate, people will say, but I can buy this option. I have XYZ options. I have XYZ options. So you need to show why the product is why your product is premium, why is what that value. You need to show. So these are things that you really, really need to prepare for. You really, really need to show. If I'm saying, okay, my product, with the new price in aloe vera gel is almost like 20,000 retail price. So that is when differentiation is now very, very important. Very, very important. Very, very important. So you need to know how to differentiate. You need to really, really know how to showcase the values of the product when you meet the right customer. When you meet the right customer. So whether you are getting the customer online or you're getting the customers offline, you need to quickly ask yourself for each product, for each category, have bullet points on the differentiators and how you can quickly communicate this, right? So that it will knock off the price. The person will look at it and say, wow, it's worth it. It's worth it. That is what you want to see. That's what you want to hear at this time. So in line with this, some of us do this, but others don't. Right? You need to offer value-added services. Offer value-added services. Offer value-added services. Now, when I say value-added services, I want to be very, very practical about this. Very, very practical about this. Now, we already have an ordering system that permits people to, okay, when you order, products can be delivered at your doorstep, right? We have this. It's an added service. It's an added service. So at a minimum cost, when people order products, they don't need to come to the office, right? They don't need to come to the office. They don't need to do anything. Once they just order their products, right? At that minimum cost, everything goes to, is a service. However, I want you to create an experience that goes with the product itself. Create an experience that goes with the product itself. Ask yourself, okay, with what I know about this customer and what I know about the product, what are the value-added services that I can give? Right? Let's say you are selling a product to a customer and the customer is using the product for one thing or the other. Right? They're using the product for one thing or the other. Let's say it has to do with eye health or their vision, or it has a lot to do with vitality, or it has a lot to do with having more energy. Can you create an experience around this? No, think about it. Can you create an experience about this? So can you provide personal consultations? Can you provide wellness programs? Or can you have exclusive content that can add value to the customer's purchase? I tell you, these value-added services are the things that would differentiate you. Now, these differentiation, guys, are in two ways. right? You differentiate from competition, external competition, and you also differentiate from internal competition. So out of the 5,000, over 5,000 forever business owners that buy products every month, why must you buy? Why must the customer buy from you? Aloe vera gel is aloe vera gel. Aloe vera gel is aloe vera gel. Aloe vera gel from Forever Living Products, aloe vera gel from Forever Living Products. Yes. And that is why at times it's difficult when people come to me. At times it's difficult to make some statements. Okay, aloe vera gel, aloe vera gel. Okay, fine. If you understand my point and my position, aloe vera gel is aloe vera gel. All the aloe vera gels that we have left from this office, they did not come from Ghana. They did not come from Cotonou. They did not come from Liberia. They all left from this warehouse. But when you have value-added services and you personalize it, see, when people create exclusive content and when they say we have a closed Facebook group, so people go as far as having closed Facebook group for their customers. People go as far as having exclusive content for their customers. Those are services that helps. You want the customer to feel special, right? You want the customer to know that they are valued. You want the customer to know that this is exclusive for them because you bought product from me. This is a customized article, right? That will give you added benefits that you need to read so that you understand more about what you are going through. You understand more about what these products can do for you, right? You make it exclusive and you send to the customer. And the customer will look at it and say, yes, I am not just buying product. You are not just selling aloe vera gel. You're not just selling multi-marker. You are selling value. And that is why this can help knock off the price totally. The customer will never look at the price. The customer will never think about any other person. Whenever the customer remembers that product and remembers what they want to achieve and remember the health benefit, they think about you. That is what we need at this time. If you've not been doing it, this is the time to start it. So what are the offerings? What are the value-added services that you are giving to the customer, to your customers? Remember in the value in the what's it called? In the volume mapping, I talked about you having planning for your customers one after the other. So when you plan, also plan value-added services that you can give. Based on what you know about them, just plan and say, okay, for each customer, this is how I want to personalize. This is how I want to, the services that I want to render to them, that I want to add to this product, so that this, I want it to be very, very unique. You can do this. You can create this. It is not expensive. Don't think it's expensive at all. It is not expensive. It's not expensive. You just need to look at it, right? Look at it. A lot of us are well, I mean, we are well lettered. So you can just go get articles, personalize it, brand it the way you want, and give it to them. So we can do this. And this is the right time to do it. This is the right time to do it. So the next point, I think I'm winding down. The next point is we need to be transparent in our pricing communication. This is not a time to say or to hide and send the price without proper communication. Everybody, there's nobody in Nigeria that does not understand what is happening, unless we are just lying to ourselves. So this is not even a time to be apologetic, because if you're apologetic about the price, the meaning that you are not being sincere. You are not being sincere. You're not being sincere at all. So we need to be very, very transparent and be bold enough to say, this is what the price is. This is what the price is. So you need to communicate very transparently, and you need to give reasons behind this. You need to give reasons behind it. So as a business, don't sit and say, oh, I thought I told you. Oh, sorry. Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. That is why everything that you are doing must come from the viewpoint of, from the standpoint of value. Because transparent communication fosters trust, and it helps the customer to understand the value that they are getting for their money. So we need to own up, we need to communicate. We need to communicate, we need to talk, we need to discuss with our customers. Now, when we do this, then we now need to provide flexibility. Flexibility in our purchasing options. Flexibility. Please and please don't hold it hard to say, sir, you used to buy 1 carton of aloe vera gel. You must buy 1 carton of aloe vera. No. This is not a time to pressurize people. This is a time to be very, very flexible. Very, very flexible. So provide all the flexible options or all the flexible alternatives that you can. If somebody wants to sign up if somebody is coming up as a smart user, okay, the person who just wants to register, yes, tell them, give them the options and give them the long-term benefits. Give them the long-term benefits. This is a time to let people know the discounts. This is a time to stress the fact that, okay, if you buy up to this, you can lock in your 30% off. You're not asking them to do the business. You're not asking them to do the business, because a lot of people think that you guys think that when somebody is wholesale qualified, it means that yes, they want to do the business. Not at all. Not at all. This is the time to sell to a customer that, okay, we understand, even from our company, we understand how these things are and how things are now. So if you buy up to this, you will lock up your 30% discount, so that on the long run, going forward, anything that you want to buy comes with a 30% off. So you present the benefits, the long-term benefits ahead. You are not doing it. It's not when they hit assistant, see, they are just wholesale qualified. They are wholesale qualified. In fact, I call them wholesale qualified preferred customers. They're just wholesale qualified because when you, if we launch Titan fully, I think it's next week. If we launch Titan fully by next week, you will see once somebody becomes an assistant supervisor, or once somebody becomes wholesale qualified, you need to now opt in. You need to opt in to say whether you want to do the business as a business owner or you want to remain as a customer. So the fact that somebody achieves 2cc does not mean that that person is for business. So you project the long-term benefits, give them all the options. All the options are available, and one of the options is minimum order. Minimum order. You need to emphasize minimum order. Not look at case credit, no, I want him to buy 1 carton of gel. No. Give all the options and allow the customer to choose. All the options and their benefits. And also, don't forget to mention the discounts available. Don't forget to mention the discounts available. Say it, be as transparent as you can. It's all about the customer. It's all about the customer. But you need to present flexibility in our purchasing options. You need to present flexibility in our purchasing options. Now, good enough, in the business, we have a lot of options. We have a lot of options. And this, I want you to look at critically and begin to present to your customers. So if we do these points, right, if we do all this, I tell you, it will go a long way, not just towards showcasing us, right, as professionals. It will go a long way to help you retain not just your customers, it will also help you retain your team. It will help you retain your team members. So these I strongly believe that I've been able to pass very useful information to all of us to all of us this afternoon. I have spent almost an hour 10 minutes. Yes, because I started by an hour 10 minutes. At this point,